Hey, what it do, what it do, what it do? It's Husk out here, man. Tune in, get your popcorn ready, get your beverage of choice ready. About to listen to the Husk High School Sports Show podcast, man. Informative. You know it's going to be great coaching, great players, and great commentary. Sit back, enjoy it. Let's go. Peace. So you've listened to the first part of the podcast with Coach Culton, wide receivers coach out of DeSoto. Shout out to Coach Sweeney, who's also out there at DeSoto. This is the second part, guys. And what I want you to do, I want you to share this one. I want you to share it. If you're a coach, if you're, wide receiver guru, share this post so we can continue to grow this brand and continue to spread knowledge of these coaches, because one of the most important things we can do is to elevate others. And as we elevate others, by the grace of God, we'll grow. Sit back, tune in, Husk out. Peace.
How long were you at Horn? And how old were you at this time, Coach?
This is my 6th year in high school, so I was right at 34.
Okay, about 34. How long were you at Horn? Then what was that next step after that?
I was at Horn for 4 years.
Okay.
Then me and Coach Mathis at DeSoto, like our kids, I live in DeSoto. I live right across the street from high school. Our kids went to elementary growing up, so I've been knowing Coach Mathis for years. A couple of my best friends are his cousins. I have two my best friends, his cousins. So we've been in the same circle for ages. When I was recruiting at Commerce, he was at SMU, and I remember one day, man, we ran into each other at Ennis. Then we popped that like a couple hours later. He was at all the schools I was hitting. I'm like, you following me, man? Like, you can't be stealing all the kids, man. And we joked, went and had lunch. He was telling me some stories. I was telling him stories about what my end goals, what I wanted to do. So luckily, he always kept me, in his pocket. When a job opened up a year and a half ago, and it was last minute, he was like, I know it's crunch time. We talked, for a couple hours, and I was like, man, this opportunity I can't pass up, man. So
and that was an opportunity to be the wide receiver coach at DeSoto, correct?
Yes, sir.
So you get there, of course. That's a pretty storied program. What were some of your thoughts when you got that job?
Man, I was like, that's huge. It's one of the. I'm talking about everyone across the nation know of DeSoto. And that's like when I was recruiting Commerce. Like, man, you can get a kid from DeSoto, you're doing something. Great program. Coach very well. He got some clout, man. And I'm like, to sit here and be able to learn under a guy like that. I couldn't pass it up.
I want to ask you this. Not to be funny, but what was the difference between Horn and DeSoto?
The biggest difference. What's going on, Coach? The biggest difference, man. I mean, at both high school, at both 6A football, I guess because of Mesquite being broken up. At the 5 high schools, that's the biggest thing, when the whole, everybody in DeSoto is DeSoto, and in Mesquite, it's broken up in those little boroughs, so to speak. And so everyone isn't behind you. You don't have the community support and stuff like that. So if I was going to say that's the biggest, I'd say that's the biggest. And as far as being a household name, like, the DE brand is just, like I said, it's nationwide, man. I do a football camp in Chicago every year. Guys up there know about DeSoto. In Indianapolis, it's one of them programs that everyone across the country know where you're at.
Okay. So hold on, Coach. You do a camp in Chicago?
Yeah, I do a camp in Chicago, man.
Man, talk to me about that. I love these nuggets, man. Talk to me about how did that even come about, and what's that about?
Man, it's the Taiwan Hagler Foundation, one of my old teammates with the Colts, man. It was one of them things, me and him both had injuries our rookie years. And he was one of them guys, he was injured coming in. I think he was 5th round draft pick. And he didn't talk to anyone. We in the training room together, and I kept noticing him coming in and out. And we just started clicking, man. Like, shoot, I don't really know anybody neither, man. What's up? Start playing Madden, going from there. Just talking about goals and dreams, what we trying to accomplish. Then we became, accountability guy. We finna push each other. We both finna grind, man. We finna help make this team a Super Bowl contender in everything we do. And my grind fed into what he was doing. So when he created his foundation and wanted to get a football camp started, he was like, man, I want you to help me run it. And shoot, this was back in 2006. So
Wow.
ever since then, man, I've been running the football camp and aspect, and shoot, it's been rocking and rolling, man.
What type of athletes? So that's Illinois, right?
That's
What
Illinois.
type of athletes kind of are up there, coach?
Man, they have some great athletes up there, man. It's pretty similar. You know, you got guys, the only difference is those guys idolize basketball a lot more than they do football. So
okay.
Yeah, that's the big one up there, the battle you're fighting up there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you had DeSoto. Walk me through when you got there. What did you see in the kids? What was your thoughts toward the kids, like, you know, the receiver group?
Oh man, just to have that much talent in one room, it was unheard of. I'm telling you, it was like having being back in college again. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, sheesh, you know, you got guys that can flat out go. And it was one of them things too. That's why I'm glad Coach Sweeney, you know, me and him piggyback the receiver group. And just you got to have a two-headed monster, you know, good cop, bad cop days, man, because we got to get out to these kids. But man, you know it.
Yeah.
This is more collegiate like than any other high school I've been around. You know, everything is catered like Coach Mathis run this program like it's a college. You know, from coaches on down, like, you know, everything you're required to do. That's why I said it was great to be able to learn under a guy that's been there, and you know he know what it takes, you know, to sustain longevity in his profession, man. So
Hey, see now see, I love this coach. This is what I love. See, so man, that's you just said so much right there. So the talent. What is some of the principles that, like, Coach Mathis, how do you build that culture like that? Because I'm gonna be honest, Coach, I don't think you guys get enough respect. A lot of people say, oh, DeSoto just got talent.
Yeah.
No, you don't send players to the next level and players to the NFL just on talent. They gotta be well coached.
Yeah.
So you guys are doing, and I gotta say that because people said that now. I think they're well coached over there.
Yeah.
How is it like a college atmosphere?
Man, and that was the part that a lot of guys, you know, me being Mesquite, I've heard grumblings, oh, DeSoto, they just roll the ball out. You know, those guys just talented. Man, you got to work with that talent. And the attention to detail that's put in, man, those guys aren't born with that, man. You know, oh, these guys can run, they can jump, they can. If you could see us in the weight room, you could see us going through our off-season program, it's a grind. It's just like college, man. You know, we're trying to, like, right now, we're getting ready to meet in a few. We got to put in an off-season program. We got to figure out how we're going to get bigger, faster, and stronger moving forward. And that's one thing about having a coach, that he's not one of them guys he's going to delegate. That's your position group. You the head coach of your position group. What are you going to do to make sure you got the best position group, you know what I'm saying, on the team? And as far as me, like I said, I'm big on telling my guys we're going to have the best receiving group in the state every year. No ifs, ands, and buts to it. If you're going to work, you're going to grind, it's going to show. If not, that's how you get left behind. But we're going to grind, man.
What was, like, as a position coach, as a guy that's really dialed into his players, what was a thought that maybe you had at the end of the season, like, man, I think we can work on this so we can get better in this? Just between maybe within yourself or with the talent coming, because y'all are losing. Y'all really bringing back a lot of guys though. Y'all losing a few, but y'all bringing back quite a bit though.
Yeah,
with that core.
We're gonna be pretty young, you know. But like I said, the leadership should be 10 times better this year. You know, we got some guys coming back that's been here. You know, Cook been on varsity, you know, 2 years straight. Finna be a 3-year starter. We got some underclassmen that's coming up. Day Jones, he's in that class 23 with Cook. These guys has been in the fire, you know, so they've been playing, you know, great minutes. You know, these guys know what it takes to win, but for whatever reason, because they were young the last couple of years, they didn't really feel like they had a voice. Like, that's one of my things. I want to develop leaders, and that's the thing I'm pushing on them, you know, since last year. I'm like, you guys got to be better leaders. I don't care if you're young. I don't care if they're seniors. I don't care if you're just a sophomore. You got to be vocal, man. That's the only way programs last, man. The leadership is monumental, man.
Man, you just blessed me with that one, Coach. You really did, because I think I read a post that said, I'm for the butcher it, but good teams are led by coaches, but great teams are led by players. You know, they have player leaders. That's a good nugget. That's a really good nugget. What is these guys been in the fire? Tell me what that means.
Shoot, man, sitting here, I'm talking about playoff games against guys all around, just being out here and not being able to just shut down, see the lights come on and, not get big-eyed and wide-eyed bushy-tailed, so to speak, man. Sit here and embrace it. They say pressure bust pipes, but it also create diamonds. And that's what I'm telling you. We're going to shine in any weather, baby. That's who we are. No weather.
Yeah, I've seen you guys work in the summer, coach, and I gotta commend you guys. Y'all are working on the receiver, setting them hips, getting low, catching the ball, routes over here, routes over there. I mean, y'all putting the work in, and that has to be stated because it's not just talent. It is not just talent. So, walk me through, what are some of the things you've been working with your receivers for, these past couple of years? What's something, what's some nuggets that you teach them?
Shoot, my biggest thing is, man, embracing the hard work, man. Like I said, I can take a 5-year-old out there and teach them how to run an out route correctly, But at the end of the day, it's going to be consistency and, what else are you doing to get there? Are you going to be fast getting in and out of, or are you going to take the small steps and be able to have the agility to drop your hips and run out of and run away from guys? So things like that, that just comes with how much work you're finna put in. Are you a guy that want to sit here and, hey, I'm finna dance, do this, do ladder drills just so I can put it on Twitter? Or you're going to really dive deep into the position and want to be the best guy you can, not just for the likes and all that stuff, but do the behind-the-scenes stuff. Because my thing is, all that stuff is fine and dandy, but these first 8 to 12 weeks, I want guys getting bigger, faster, and stronger, man. And we can work the small details out. After that,
bigger
kids, you know how it is. Speed and strength, you got to have it.
How consistent should a young player be? A junior in high school. How consistent should he be with working out, running routes? Should he be outside of school, coach? What should he do outside of the confines of school?
Man, and that's a touchy subject, man, because different guys are different, man. Some guys can handle it, but I've seen guys overwork themselves. So real big, and I've seen guys also neglect their high school workouts to do stuff on the side. And I'm like, that's not how you rock. Not saying you can't do it, but man, you got to sit here and let coaches lay eyes on you. Let me instill some fundamentals into you. Then you go build on that on the outside, but you got to sit here and get it, because what we want, is something totally different than what somebody on the outside, like, hey, I want you to run a route like this. That's not what we're teaching, so it's not going to mesh with the offensive scheme. You know what I'm saying? If you get that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Big things, and resting your body. I'm talking when we grind guys down.
Yep.
It's tough, man.
It is.
If you're not taking care of your body and you're sitting there, okay, I'm gonna give you 5 days a week, and then I'm gonna still do 4 or 5 days outside, man. And you're not eating right, you're not drinking, putting enough fluid in your body. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
So it's a balance.
And I gotta say this, and I said it a while ago, but I said it again. Coaches, they working over there in the summer. I'm gonna give y'all secret sauce. That's the secret sauce. They are working. So if you say they working. So if y'all think y'all working, y'all gonna have to work harder. And what I'm telling you is true. So talk to me about some of these ballers you had, coach. I mean, really last year, walk me through some of those guys you had last year. Not this past year that we just had, but the year before that.
Oh man, my first year, boy, that receiver group was special, man. That was my first group over here. You had Jaden Wilson, JB, Jonte was obviously the young gun in that group. We had my man Vining, Javen Vining. Then you had Mike Murphy and Jalen Bean coming off the bench, and they were starters for us this year. So that group was special, man. You'll never forget your first group. No matter where you go, everywhere you'll have a first group, and that first group is special. I'm always have a soft spot in my heart for them because, having a coach come in, I'm talking about not even a month before the season start and being receptive to everything that I was teaching, and, me and Sweeney being on the same page, getting everything across to those guys. But that was a great group. You don't get too many of them.
Yeah. Say it again, coach.
especially with that talent level. You know, guys like that, you know, seniors, boom, 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 a month for the season, it ain't nothing another guy coming in here can tell me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just going ahead and do what I've been doing, and we're going to go from there. But those
What?
guys were receptive to everything and shoot. And the proof is in the pudding, the stats that they put up, and guys are playing at the next level right now. And those coaches are expecting great things from them.
Yeah. What is? Do you and Coach Sweeney have like a certain type of philosophy when it comes to wide receivers or your system?
Man, our thing is both us want dogs, man. And
Okay.
so when, you know, going through the interview process, when Matt's like, hey, I want you guys to take control of that group, and that group has to be great. And just seeing Sweeney, you know, he's hard nosed, and I'm like, that's okay. Now we can rock. You know, I got a guy, we finna be grinding these guys down, but then too, he saw the other side just as me. You love these kids up. You hard on them,
Mm-hmm.
but then you show them that you love them. So outside of football, you know, we're trying to create great young men. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're gonna work hard, but then we're gonna have fun and we're gonna love on the outside too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm. Coming up on about 40 minutes on show, we're gonna get ready to wind it down. Coach, what are some of those lessons that senior group instilled? Was there anything that even in the sense of maybe that you may have missed this year? Like, what did that senior group from the year that we talked about? Because that's a guy, one went SEC, Arkansas, one with Texas Tech and had a big catch in the bowl game. So they were pretty big. What was they mark, Coach, if you will?
wasn't no one gonna outwork those kids, man. That was the part that I could say, man, that was monumental for that group. That senior class, even outside our receiver group, you wasn't gonna outwork them. And you get some guys like that, you get 22 guys like that, you rocking and rolling. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing that they left with their receiver group, and they'll come back. JB came back and talked for a couple playoff games, but just pouring back into them, man. What are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Step up, embrace this, man. No moment's too big. What did y'all put in? You know what I'm saying? How much money you put in so you can be able to take it out? And that's our thing, you know. Like shoot, it's the money team, man. You know, shoot, Yak City money team, and everything I do is based on that money moniker. You know, hey, shoot, you ain't putting nothing in the bank, you can't take nothing out. And so every day I want to know what you put in.
Yeah,
I don't want to season get here. You know, you can't do it. You ain't worked it. So how you think you gonna pull that out?
Yeah,
You know?
and I see your money emoji. Now I get it. Why? I figured it was something like that on Twitter. How was this year for y'all, Coach? Like what was this year for y'all?
Man, it was another good year, man. Great year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But with everything we put in the off season and moving forward, we still feel like, you know, we left a lot of money on the table. That's the building block going into this off season. You know, everything we left on the table, we got to find a way to put it back on us so we can eat moving forward.
Mm-hmm. What are, like I said, we figured winding down, so I'm gonna throw a few questions at you. What is your goals right now as a coach?
Like as in my personal,
you know, personal, kind of like football, you know, professional, more so that perspective.
Professional goals, man. You know, I'm all over the place right now. You know, my biggest thing is I want to be the best receiving coach to ever, you know, coach the game. That's my thing. I'm trying to branch out. I want to be a coordinator one day, and if not, you know what I'm saying, I'm definitely want to take that step, be a head coach. You know, that's been my dream since, you know, people telling me this in high school when I was coaching Powder Puff. You know, oh, you're gonna be the head coach, do this. That's one of them things, man. That's some of my professional goals right now is becoming a head coach. That's why I want to get under a great guy that I can learn from and take all his nuggets, you know what I'm saying, and build them and make them fit into my philosophy and move forward. College is still not off the table neither, man. I'm still debating on, is that what I want to do and get back into that realm? My kids getting older. I got a lot of money left in the tank, you know what I'm saying, with one knowledge, man. Hopefully I can pass that on and be an asset to a program somewhere.
Talk to me, Coach. Talk to me now. Coach, I'm gonna tell you, Coach, I think your future, you can go as high as you want to go. And I'm not just saying it, I'm saying this because when you put guys at the next level like you've done, and I'm specifically talking these past 2 years, and I keep saying it's not just the talent, it's the work. Then you say you like recruiting. I mean, it's and let's piggyback on that. When you say it's a lot left, Coach, what is that lot left? Like what's in you? What is it? Is I want to recruit, I want to put X and O. What's in you?
Man, you know, I done hit that second win. You know, people say, you know, when you start getting close to 40, you know, you start slowing down, man. I'm I'm feeling just like I did at 25, man. I'm still riding high. I got a lot of juice. You know, my chili stay hot. I'm just ready to pour into it, man, and keep going.
Yeah.
I'm loving
Yeah. What are some ways in which you grow as a coach and just as a man, as a father? Like, what's your ways of growing and learning, if you will?
Oh man, I never say I know everything. That's my thing. You know, I'm always willing to learn, and some of my methods of learning are so uncharacteristic. Like, shoot, man, I can sit here and talk to a basketball coach, a track guy, anybody, and find out to take some of their stuff and tie it into football to make me grow as a coach. You know, it ain't all about X and O's. You know, sometimes it's about, you know, motivational techniques, how I can build better relationships with my players, stuff like that, man. And a lot of guys take that for granted. They think you got to take notes and get on boards, just X and O's, man. X and O's, they're ever changing, but at the end of the day, you know, the kids are changing more than X's and O's.
Yeah.
And if you can't sit here and relate to these kids, man, you're losing off top. No matter what your X's and O's say, you're losing. So that's my biggest thing, man. I'm willing to learn. I'm talking to, you know, teachers, administrators. I can pull nuggets from anybody, my man. Find a way. Yeah. Okay, I can use that, man. I could take that. That'll take me to another level in this aspect of football that a lot of people be like, oh, that ain't nothing. I can sweep that under the rug type stuff. So,
yeah, that's real good. What type of nuggets of wisdom, coach, would you give a young coach, you know, coming up through the ranks? You know, and it's hard for them. It's hard maybe to land a job. Maybe you know, what ways would you encourage them?
Man, I have a lot of young guys that I've been talking to over the last couple of years, man, and I'm wishing the reason I pour into them because I wish I had someone to pour into me like that about what I was. I said I wanted to coach, but being on disability for almost 7 years, you know, I didn't know what my next aspect of life would be career-wise. And these guys already figured out, man, I love football. I want to do it. What can I do? And I'm like, you know, I'm one of the most positive guys you'll meet. I always try to stay positive. So I'm like, man, as long as you believe that you can bring something to this game, you can bring it. No ifs, ands, and buts to it. Don't give up. Don't a guy shut you down. Okay, you don't have a job here, you don't have a job there. That door ain't closed, man. When that one closed, you know, something else opening up, but everything on your career ain't closing. So keep grinding, man. It's gonna happen. Whatever I can do to help guys, they know. Sure, I'm a phone call away, man. I'll go above and beyond to help a young guy get his foot in the door. Yeah, so that's my biggest thing. Giving out, you can't give up, man.
Yeah, we're gonna end on this one, coach. And if you got any shout outs, you can give me your two questions. Give me your definition of leadership. Give me your definition of team.
Leadership, man. Leadership to me is being able to get people to follow, whether it's good or bad, you know. But leadership that I, you know what I'm saying, would try to instill in guys is, you know, doing everything right to where guys are following you in the right direction and you're uplifting them. You know, I mean, anybody can be a follower and follow a guy that's going. But I want you to be one of those leaders that people follow you and you're building them up for a different task, whatever that task may be. If it's football, you know, I want to be doing everything right to where I'm being an asset to this team and building these guys up to fill in those pieces.
And then give your definition of team.
Team, man. Everybody know I'm big on family, man. Forget about me. I love you. I'm diving all in. You know, family is everything. So if I'm part of a team, I'm part of a family.
All right, coach. Well, we about 50 minutes in, just about. Coach, thank you for coming on the podcast. More success. I'm gonna be looking out for you. I think you're gonna be continue to rise through the ranks, man. And I know great things are coming for you.
All right, man. I appreciate that, man. Thanks for having me on, baby.
Okay, take care, coach.
Yes, sir. You too.
Okay, peace.